This time, I will be talking about the principle of reciprocity, goal gradient theory, emotional bias, the principle of reciprocity. The principle of reciprocity refers to the psychological pressure to return something when you receive a favor from someone else. This rule has a significant impact both in business and personal relationships. Many companies actively use this principle in sales practices. For example, by providing free samples to customers, they trigger a psychological urge in the customer to give something back, ultimately leading to a purchase or contract. However, many salespeople only partially understand this principle, thinking simply that if you give, you'll receive. Here's a question: are you truly using the principle of reciprocity effectively? For instance, when a company continuously provides valuable information to a customer, the customer will feel trust and goodwill towards the company, often resulting in a future major transaction. However, it's important to note that the timing of this return may not be immediate. As a salesperson, it's crucial to be patient, not overwhelm the customer, and maintain an appropriate distance. Over-pushing can backfire. To effectively use the principle of reciprocity, it's essential to offer actions that are truly beneficial and appreciated by the recipient. Providing services or information with no real value won't yield the desired results. The key here is to build a high-quality relationship, where the other person naturally feels they want to reciprocate. If you're not achieving that, you may be focusing too much on pushing sales rather than building relationships. Perhaps it's time to rethink your sales approach. Goal gradient theory. Goal gradient theory is the idea that motivation to achieve a goal increases as you get closer to it. For example, when a sales negotiation is nearing a contract, the salesperson tends to act more aggressively. However, there is a trap in this theory when the goal is still far off. Motivation tends to be low. Many salespeople tend to slack off in the early stages as a result. If you want to truly achieve great results, you need to put in the most effort in these early stages. The initial contact with the customer and the early interactions often set the tone for the entire sales negotiation. For instance, if the first proposal is inadequate, no matter how close you get to a contract, it will be difficult to gain the customer's trust. It's surprising how many salespeople don't understand the importance of those first few steps. Have you fallen into this trap too? To outline clear steps, you must first deeply understand the customer's needs and reflect them in your proposals. Moving toward the final goal requires setting clear, gradual steps, and feeling a sense of accomplishment along the way. Even if you stumble or drift away from the goal, making early corrections will lead to success in the end. The key here is not to underestimate those initial steps. Emotional bias. Emotional bias refers to the influence emotions have on decision-making and judgment. In business, decisions based on emotions don't always yield rational results. Surprisingly, many salespeople fall victim to emotional bias, making wrong decisions as a result. Could you also be falling into this trap without realizing it? For example, if you have strong feelings of affection towards a customer, you might overestimate their small complaints or demands and suggest unnecessary additional services. Conversely, if you dislike the customer, you may overlook important signals that could lead to a contract. Few salespeople actually realize how much emotional bias affects their work. The first step to avoiding emotional bias is to make decisions based on objective data and facts. While emotional elements are unavoidable in relationships with customers, it's crucial not to let them influence your final decisions. By maintaining a calm perspective, you'll be able to make more accurate judgments, leading to greater success in the long run. Are you still going to let emotions dictate your sales approach? What do you think? Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We also welcome your comments.